Hi guys, Toronto Dog Whisperer here. Just give me a quick update on Shiloh. I'm not sure if I gave everybody a proper full background on this particular case, so thought I'd give everybody a background just to see you can see where he's come from, and obviously right now you can see where he is today. Just took them for a nice long walk. And give them some playtime. Okay, go play. So Shiloh was a 2-year-old, still is a 2-year-old German Shepherd puppy. He's not really a puppy, but he's an adolescent, so kind of like a teenager, if you will. And when I first met him, he had a lot of issues. When I first walked in the door to where he was living, he was barking and in full rage. The owners were holding him back. It was really intimidating. The sound was pretty intense, and it's, from an outside perspective looking in, it would have seemed like this is a really terrifying dog. So in his particular case, there was a lot of reasons why he was displaying that type of aggressive behavior. And like I said before, aggression is not a problem in and of itself, it's the result of a problem. So in Shiloh's case, he was really frustrated. So anything that he could release his frustration on, he would. So when the doorbell rang, that was an excuse to go berserk. When he saw a bike or anything that was fast moving, he would go berserk. We're talking like full on growling, barking, like jumping, the whole 9 yards. So it was in a pretty bad way. Come on, boy. And because he didn't get exercised, because he didn't get any type of physical or mental challenge to release his energy, it just kept on getting worse and worse. He would also get teased by the neighborhood kids because they knew they could get a reaction out of him. So they would tease him, and he would go berserk and start barking and lunging at them, and they thought it was pretty funny. I think that kind of stuff is really cool. I've never really met a bad dog. Just dogs that have issues and they don't know how to deal with it, and they find an outlet, and usually the outlet isn't a really good way of releasing that energy. So if you don't give your dog a way of draining that energy, they're gonna find destructive ways to do it. So some dogs chew on furniture, some dogs bark at the door, some dogs are aggressive towards other dogs. Like, there's lots of ways that they find to release that frustration. And in Shiloh's case, he pretty much had all the above. Come on, Shiloh, there you go. So the owners were just, they were at a loss for what to do. They thought, this guy's, there's nothing that's going to change him. There's nothing that we can do to fix it. And, I started working with him, and yeah, the first few times I worked with him, it was pretty bad. And, he would still lunge at bikes and rollerbladers and kids and pretty much anything. He actually bit me a couple times, not on purpose, but he was redirecting his frustration while he was going into that panic. So you see now he's much better. He's a lot calmer. He's a lot more stable in terms of his energy levels have been drained. I've given him plenty of things to focus on. Come on. There you go. Like the walks and you know, mental challenges as well. So I've introduced him to a lot of dogs. I've, you know, exposed him to lots of situations where he used to react. The bikes in particular were a sore spot, and you know, so where I live there's tons of bikes, so you know, I just walked him near bikes, and at first he reacted very slightly, and then he just figured out, you know what, I don't need to release my frustration out on these bikes anymore, so now he totally ignores them. Same with little kids. He used to go for little kids and bark at them and the rest of it. Now they don't even bother him. So once you redirect all that energy and frustration into something positive, all the negative behaviors dissipate, and they don't go away overnight. It's much more of a gradual progression in terms of it going away. And yeah, so he's much better. He's much closer to being balanced. You can see he's just playing, having a good time. He never used to go off leash. This is like the 4th day I've had him, something like that. So he's been off leash with me every single time, and he enjoys that freedom. It's a nice reward, and you can see he's responding really well. Shiloh, come on. Good girl, Kens. Shiloh, come. You can see his recall isn't 100%. Recall takes a while. I'm just going to help him along here. Shiloh, come on. Kens, come here. There we go. Kenzie, come. Oh, thanks, Kens. Come on. This is a lot better than what he used to do. So even though he's not coming when I call him, Kenzie, come. It's a lot better than what he used to do. He used to run away when people tried to get him. Come on. Come, Shiloh. There you go. Hey, Moose. There you go. So, you see, he does it. He just needs practice. And, you know, repetition and that kind of thing. But he's no longer dog aggressive. He's no longer aggressive towards kids or anything else. So he's made a lot of progress, but the work isn't done. So the way it works is that, you know, I get the heavy lifting done with serious cases in powerful breeds, and then it's up to the owners to do the last, you know, 10-20% on their own, because it's no good if I can do it, but they need to be able to do it themselves, and they need to be part of the rehab. So I'm going to continue to work with Shiloh and his owners to help complete the rehab, but you can see he's much better now. So that's just a really quick background and update about Shiloh. Hope you enjoy this video, and if If you do, hit like or subscribe. And if you have any questions of your own that you'd like me to address, just leave a comment or send me an email. Until next time, if you love your dog, take them for a walk.